A good night's sleep is the most important thing no matter what brings you outdoors, whether you're backpacking or just trying to relax. If you don't get a good night's sleep, it can leave you not only physically tired, but mentally exhausted. And that's where accidents on the trail can happen. That is why I started my whole review series with my mattress. And now I'm moving on to my quilts that make it all work. These are two of my UGQ Outdoor custom-made quilts. On their website, you can dial everything in from the color to the size and the temperature rating. So why quilts over sleeping bags? For me, it's about spacing and comfort. Quilts pack down a lot smaller than sleeping bags, they're a lot lighter, and they're a lot less constrictive. I don't feel like I'm confined in a mummy bag. Being made to order, I was able to customize these quilts into the temperatures I camp in. 40 degrees for summer, 20 degrees for fall and winter, and 0 degrees for when I want to go out into the extreme temperatures and really push myself. They back their work with a full lifetime warranty on craftsmanship, and their customer service is next level. Trust me, I've put that one to the test when I put a hole in my 0 degree, and they helped me fix it in no time. I chose UGQ because they're a family-owned business with top-notch quality and craftsmanship. They include innovative features, which we'll cover in this video, and they're always rolling out new items. I'll leave links to the description to their website. My 40-degree quilt here is about as basic as you can come from UGQ. The only extra I did was the pattern on the exterior shell. Every UGQ quilt comes with a little button to close up the hole and a zippered foot box. If you want a fully closed-in foot box, you do have to get that extra. Every one of my quilts, however, has the zippered foot box because I like to be able to open my quilts up and use them as a blanket. Moving on to my 20-degree quilt. This one here is my real workhorse. I use it 80% of the time when I go camping, even in temperatures up to 60 degrees like it currently is here now. Thanks to the zippered foot box, I can make it like a blanket to be able to allow as much air in as I need to be able to keep myself cool. On the cooler nights though, I did add the side tensioning system so that I can bring in the sides closer to my body to keep my body heat trapped in and keep the drafts out. Every UGQ quilt comes with 3 attachment points for straps to either go around itself to make itself smaller or go around your sleeping pad. In a car camping sleeping pad like this, it's a little bit big, so I can't really use them. I mostly use them just to bring them a little bit closer and keep those drafts out on the colder night. They also all have cinch strings on the top and bottoms of the quilts, with the top one having one in the middle that you can pull to get the collar tight around your neck to keep the drafts out. For my last one, my 0 degree, this one here is where I spared no expenses because I hate the cold, and I knew I'd be testing this one in some extreme environments. So far, the coldest I've taken it to is negative 14 degrees. I also tested the customer service at UGQ very much with this quilt, all the way from the design process of the outer shell here, working with Chad on how to get the picture properly centered and manufactured so it looked good, to by complete fault of my own having an accident where I had to send it back, and they patched it and went above and beyond to be able to fix and repair my quilt. This one has everything I've mentioned in the other 2 quilts, including the side tensioning system, as well as a draft collar that goes around it, and a 2-ounce overstuff of the downfill. The downfill is standard in all UGQ quilts at, I believe, 850 down power, and you can get 900. The down is ethically sourced, and it's what really makes these quilts so light, pack so small, and stay so warm. They trap so much of your body heat and keep the cold out and away from you. You can get them with synthetic fibers instead of having to use the down, which will help save a lot of money, but they have their own features and benefits to them that I can't show off because I don't own anything with the synthetic fibers. Now for you hammock campers, this is actually how I found and discovered UGQ and dived into the world of quilts. This is where the real magic of quilts happens. If you're in a sleeping bag and you try to get into a hammock, you're going to compress the bottom of the sleeping bag, and all the air going underneath you is going to suck out the heat from your body. You're going to be miserable and you're going to hate sleeping in a hammock. But with the inclusion of an underquilt, Once you get into the hammock with your top quilt, you are just cocooned in a complete fluffy ball of down that keeps you warm and draft free and gives you some of the best night's sleeps you'll ever have. It clips on fast and it covers the whole hammock underneath. This combo has even kept me warm when temps have dropped well below freezing. It comes with a draft collar for both the head and the feet to keep all your body heat inside, as well as you're able to adjust the position of the quilt to slide up and down if you're a taller or shorter person. The pros of going with UGQ and underquilts in general, they're fully customizable. The color selection that you can choose from, the weight savings you get, the size when they pack down for you backpackers, the footbox button that solves the biggest issue with quilts. They're family owned, lifetime warranty on craftsmanship and materials, amazing customer service, and they are big guy friendly. They actually do make a lot of quilts for very large size people. Cons, the price is higher than mass produced brands. Being a cottage company, they do have a little bit of a turnaround time, so you can't just order it and expect your delivery in 3 days later. Usually has a couple of weeks to a few months to be able to get your items. The 0 degree is bulky for car storage and even backpacking, but when you want to be warm, you need to have that extra size.
If you're just getting into quilts, I'd start with a 20 degree. It's the most versatile. You can push it into the colder seasons, but still open it up like a blanket in the summer. If you're more of a casual camper, I'd actually recommend a mass-produced synthetic quilt from a place like REI or other big retailers. It'll save you money and get the job done. For me, UGQ quilts have been the backbone of my sleep system since 2019. After years of constant use, they still hold their loft, warmth, and comfort. Whether it's in my hammock or my Mazda, they kept me sleeping well so I can actually enjoy the outdoors. Thanks for watching. Hit the like if this helped, subscribe for more gear reviews and camping trips, and drop a comment with what quilt you're running.